Hello there, gamers, adventurers. So this little video is going to be looking at two decks on a sort of superficial introductory level, and then there will be a separate video for this one and a separate video for this one. I'll try to load them all up at the same time and link them so you can go back and forth. There's a lot of hand waving. Yeah, I'm half Italian. Okay, so both of these decks are things that I was really looking forward to getting. Pre-ordered this one, kickstarted this one, and they're both have similar function. That's why I thought I'd look at them on an introductory level, side by side. Okay, so this one is Ginny D's, and this one is Yoshitani's. And I'm a big fan of both of these people. Very excited. I'm going to PAX Unplugged in a couple weeks, and maybe I'll get to see Ginny D and get this signed. That would be exciting. Yeah, I'm a fangirl sometimes. All right, so like I said, love both of these creators. Was really looking forward to getting them. So now let's get into it and see, what are the similarities, what are the differences. So because I pre-ordered this, I got this at a deep discount, but this is, and with my Target card, but this is a reasonably priced deck, $19.99 retail. I have no idea what this is going to be now that it's out of the Kickstarter. It is a Hit Point Press publication, so you can find it there. All right, so both of these this is Boons and Banes, and this is Oracle for Risk and Reward. I feel like both of these decks, as I intend to use them, and I think for everybody else, they're going to be good if you are a solo RPG person or if you are a GM. Now, I don't GM 5e. I GM other games, so these are 5e compatible. I guess that's what you'd say about them. So, but I won't necessarily be using them that way. I'll be making adaptations. All right, let's have a look at it. So we've got a book for this one, and here are our decks. So let's see. You know what? Let's put them side by side, and then we'll do a little bit of a dive in. So this has my favorite kind of magnetic closure box. I do love that box. And this one is a box. Look at this art. Oh my gosh, I just love her work so much. I fell in love with her first with this tarot deck. All right, got an autograph. Woohoo! So here we have a book and the deck. All right, I can't remember what band was around this. Probably paper. This one's got a plastic band. Yeah, let's just do superficial stuff first. Okay, neither one is edged. This one is a taller and wider deck. So this one is smaller. Let's see if it's the standard tarot size. I bet this is a standard tarot size. We'll compare it to this other deck since I have it right here. Yeah, this is a standard tarot size card, and this is irregular. I'm just going to call it irregular. I don't know that is a standard size of anything, but there it is. This one's got a lot of shine. It's got a lot of gloss, a lot of detail. Beautiful. A little sticky, interesting. So I'm a tarot person, so I'm looking at this. Isn't that funny that one was reversed? Okay, I am looking at this from a card slinger standpoint more than a game person. Like, I don't do Magic the Gathering or any of that stuff. So I'm not sure how these would feel to gaming people. But you can actually feel the texture on the back of this. That's really something. And it's got a little zing there, like the frames. All right, now let's look at this. This is a much more sort of earthy looking deck. Let's get these out of the way. This is a more sort of earthy, typical fantasy RPG type illustration. Who is the artist on this? Let's give them credit. So Jenny D is the main creator. Tim Foley is the illustrator of Cooking for Wizards, Warriors and Dragons, Drinking with Wizards, Wizards and Dragons, graphic novel What Unites Us by Dan Rather. He lives and works. Okay, so that is pretty interesting. So this illustrator, ooh, yeah. Okay, this illustrator is very fantasy person. He's a D&D guy. And so is Jenny D. I mean, I don't even know if she does other games besides D&D. T. So we're going to, like I said, I'm going to do a deep dive into each deck. We're just kind of comparing them right now. Let's see how many cards this one has. This one obviously going to be the more affordable choice. Are they going to tell us how many cards? 80 side quest options, 20 Boon and 20 Bane cards, and a booklet outlining the details of each. Okay, so these cards, they're all going to be upright reading, right? Some of them are just going to be Boons, and some of them are just going to be Banes. Ooh, look at that creeping stone flesh. Nice. I think that the imagery on this deck is evocative. This gets my imagination going. He's got Riz. Yep. Faye favorite. Flow state. Yeah. Look, I mean, that's really a good illustration for a flow state. Just forget RPGs. Just think about what a flow state is. I'm not, you know, sort of psychological, emotional terms. That's flow. That is real flow. You know, like you're reading, you got your coffee, he's creating. It's just coming, right? It's not being worked at. Oh boy, that's not good. Kind of cute. Gravitationally unbound. Yes, and I'm immediately thinking of how I can use this as a GM or in solo role-playing. I don't feel that this has to be a 5e deck, which is good, which is a relief since I prefer other systems. Although I play 5e because, you know, you kind of have to. Oh dear. Hey, I kind of like that the sacrificial lamb being burned at the stake is not a witch. Thank you. Thank you for just like jumping out of the stereotype there. Shadows, betrayal. Lovely. I like this deck a lot. Now this is just kind of a hot take, right? So this is just sort of a shortish introductory one to look at these two side by side. Now this one, I think, is going to be... Maybe, can you read this with reversals? So here's a real, actually a tarot card. That's the first major, the Fool. And with this one, I've only glanced at it, so I can't really say for sure. But this one, like each card has got a lot of different stuff going on. So let's see if I can find the Fool real quick. Because, like I said, I'm not going to do a deep dive with this, but I did want to kind of compare them and how you would use them differently. Where's the Fool? Page 45. Yay, we like a good index, right? 45, even if I'm slow of getting there. Okay, so look at this fully illustrated book and all of this information for each card that you would pull it. So, yeah, you're going to, how are you going to know if you do it overworld or underworld? There's got to be, are we going to shuffle in reversals? So, very typical tarot book kind of a thing here, where you've got your keywords for upright and your keywords for reversal. I guess you're going to shuffle. I could be wrong. Like I said, we're in full hot take mode here. I guess you're going to shuffle in reversals, I guess. So they've got a nice description of what's happening in the card. Although I have found from working with her other deck that the illustrations are clear enough that I don't absolutely have to go to the guidebook to get the meaning. I would for this. Would not know what that is, or this. So yeah, there's going to be stuff. There's going to be, see, here's a reversal that's just in. Did I do that and not realize I was doing it? This is definitely her style. Really, I see the consistency of the artwork between this and her previous stuff. And I'm a big, big fan. Oh, this is the pin I got. Whoops. I got a pin. You know, Kickstarter stuff. You get things you just wouldn't get under normal circumstances. Although I have to say, Hit Point Press does tend to sell a lot of those kinds of things separately. All right, so I guess you are going to shuffle in reversals here for this. I can't see how you're going to know what you're getting. And then they're going to give you instructions. If you're doing 5E, they're going to give you instructions of what to do when you pull that card. And let's see what she says. What are the instructions here? Okay, let's just look at air affinity. Like I said, hot takes, just trying to introduce you so you could see like which deck you think you might like better, or both. Scaling down until level 10, the radius of the vortex is reduced to 5 feet. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. So we're looking at this one, seeing what we get. The wind is your ever-present companion. All right, so it's giving you a boon here. This is not a Bane card. Use an action to generate a vortex with a 10-foot radius. DC is equal to your spellcasting modifier, or 12, plus your proficiency bonus. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's why you'd have to scale down. Okay, so this is very clear 5e stuff, what you're going to do. However, okay, one page. You know, like I'm thinking of Powered by the Apocalypse games, which are what I tend to prefer these days, although I'm getting into Shadow Dark. So you'd probably find a way to switch that up for another system. You might have to make like a little conversion table for yourself, I suppose. I think this one might be a little harder to use with modifiers and stuff. With another system, I think this one might be a little bit easier to use because you've got these keywords and up here the table. Where's the table? This is what I was looking for. See, that's a little easier to just translate into a not 5e thing. Overworld, you get experience, or you get 2 cards. Underworld, you gain 1 first level feature from another class you choose. Yeah, see, that's a little easier to just translate, I think. Or that's the way it's hitting me right now. Using other decks with this guidebook. If you would like to use the rules with other physical editions of the deck of many things, cut the deck. Okay, fine. We're not going to get into that right now. So that's it. Hot take. Which do I prefer? Oh, I can't choose. That's my hot take. My hot take is I can't choose. I like them both for different reasons, and I can see myself using them both. I suspect that this one might be a little easier when I'm GMing for other people. This card may just... I think a lot of people, my players anyway, tend not to be really experienced, and I think they expect to see this kind of imagery. So this one might feel a little bit like, what? Oh, wait a second. I think we just discovered. That's how we find out. Ha! I didn't go far enough down. Fur enough? Good Lord. All right. There you go. So you're not shuffling in reversals. I got there. That's the thing with a hot take video. All right, this is very funny. So if you got to this point and you knew that there were going to be the underworld and the overworld is going to be color in black and white, and you've been yelling at the screen, yeah, just drop a note but down below and say, well, duh, go look at the whole deck before you hit the record button. Yep, that happened. That happened. You got to keep a sense of humor about yourself. Okay. If you have either of these decks and you're using them, just let me know what you think. Or if you don't have either one and you think one looks more interesting, let me know that too. I love to have conversations. Positive communication. That's what we need these days, y'all. All right, thanks for watching. Hit the like button on the way out if you want to. And good to see you. Hope things are going okay. Bye-bye.